Whoop. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Game Aim Plus, where my aiming is gaming. I'm your host, the boy G, and we gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, in this video, I am going to give you a quick review on Super Mario Bros. Wonder for Nintendo Switch. Okay, listen, I know I'm super late on this review, but who cares? Better late than never. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I had a lot of mixed emotions with this game at first. Okay, at first. When I first was playing it, I didn't even initially get into it, instantly. I had to make myself get into it, but that's probably just me, okay? Because I was trying to get used to this whole brand new way of how new Super Mario Bros. was going to be now. It wasn't new Super Mario Bros. Anymore. They took the word new out of the name, and now it's just like, a regular Super Mario Bros. Game. Wonder, with more wondrousness, wonderfulness, whatever. But the wonder takes a big part of whatever this game is, and I actually really enjoyed that. Alright, like I said, it took me a little bit to get into the game, but once I got used to how the new changes, I really enjoyed myself with this game. Especially playing with my 6-year-old son, and I swear, he is like a genius in games. You ever seen the movie The Wizard? Alright, if you ever seen the old video game movie The Wizard, that's my son, my 6-year-old. He is so good and so smart in video games, and I love to play games with him, especially when there's games that are more than just one player, because then we get to play with play and have fun with each other in these video games, and I love it. He's my little protege, my little mini me. So we enjoyed ourselves. He really loved the game. He loves playing it. Every day he was asking me, "Oh, we're gonna beat the game today. We're gonna beat it. Oh, we're gonna beat it. We're gonna beat it." I'll try to give as much time as I can, but we gonna do it. All right, but yeah, we beat the game. All right, we enjoyed ourselves. I love the whole Wonder Flower thing, right? The whole Wonder Flower thing, that's the whole part of the game of the Super Mario Bros. Wonder, alright? Because of the Wonder Flowers and you entering into the Flower Kingdom, alright? Mind you, we're not in the Mushroom Kingdom, alright? We are in the Flower Kingdom, okay? But it's cool. I like this. This world is cool, it's cute, it's colorful, it's just magnificently wonderful. Alright? Alright, and in this game, you go through all the levels like you would typically do in any 2D Mario game. But it's different because the levels, I don't know, the levels here, they just look more pop out. They look more super colorful, just wonderful, and just super they put a lot of characteristics into all of these levels and all of the new enemies that you see in these levels, alright? It's not like your same typical little Bowser minions that you would see in any of the old Mario 2D games. You'd see them in here, but not that much. You would see a lot of the new little minions in this game, and that's perfectly fine with me, Now, you same as always, you go through each world one by one, boom, boom. Different type of worlds, like what they are, regular grass, like there's fire, there's ice, there's snow, and poison, and you know how Mario does with these 2D games. The worlds are usually the same, but it's now the challenge is how to make them the same but different. And sometimes that can be difficult, but I feel like they nailed it extremely well in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Like I said, the Wonder Flowers, right? That is in the Flower Kingdom. Just about every single stage, every level that you go to, you have to grab a Wonder Flower within probably the middle of whatever the level that you're playing. In the middle of it, there's a Wonder Flower somewhere. You find a Wonder Flower, and then when you do, it turns the whole level into this brand new now, wacky, wonderful, unique, crazy stage now, and it's like it's a brand new level now. You're not even on the same level you were in when you first entered. So that's really cool. So if you ever even missed getting the Wonder Flower in the level, you missed it, it's like you have interest to come back and play that level again with no issues. Like if we missed the Wonder Flower, I didn't mind going back to the level and going to go look for it, because once you find it, like I said, it transforms the level into a whole new level. And they'll all have different effects. Whatever Wonder Flower you get in whatever level, it turns the level upside down, it switches it around, it turns it top down, it turns you into a spike ball, it turns you into a something, or it makes the enemies look crazy, or it has things going loop-de-de-loop, has the pipes going like a snake. It's so cool, all right? All the different ways that the creative ways that they figured out how to switch up levels and make them do all different things. Like, none of them are the same. When you get a Wonder Flower, you're not gonna find a Wonder Flower where one level is like this level and that level, and no, they're all different. And I love how creative they were with that. So I like the Wonder Flowers. I thought that was wonderful. You know, I'm gonna be using that like a lot. So it was real interesting, and we really enjoyed ourselves. We were so happy. We were like happy when we got a Wonder Flower, or we were running around, me and my son, trying to look for a Wonder Flower. Like, where's it at? Come on, here we go, da da da. You know, and then when we found it, we got happy. We got hyped because, oh, here we go. It's about to get crazy, and we be hyped. You know, and then also they got new power-ups in here in this game, of course, obviously. Now, the main one that was really cool was the elephant power-up, because now when you got this elephant power-up, it didn't just give you an elephant suit that Mario puts on. Because usually when Mario gets a power-up, he doesn't turn into a frog. He doesn't turn into a cat. You know, he doesn't turn into a tanuki or a squirrel or a penguin. He just puts on a suit, basically, that, you know, gives you the ability of whatever that animal, creature, or power-up is. You know, but when you grab the elephant power-up in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, you don't put an elephant suit on, boy. You transform into an elephant. So that's cool. And when they did that, I thought it was going to be like, you're going to be able to transform into a whole bunch of different animals. An elephant, a flamingo, a giraffe. You know what I mean? Like, I thought they were going to go crazy with it, but they didn't. The only animal you get to turn into is an elephant. So that was a little disappointing, because it gave us like false hope. Like, oh, we're about to turn into the entire animal kingdom. I'm about to be a lion for real, the Lion King. No, we didn't get the circle of life. We just got the elephant in the room. Anyways, oh God, I'm tripping. But that's all we got. But that's okay. Maybe they can expand that next on the, you know, Super Mario Bros. Wonder 2. Maybe we'll talk about that. But yeah, we got that power up, and we got like a little bubble power up. I don't know if it's a bubble flower or something. I don't know, but we get bubbles. All right, so you get the power up, and you get bubble powers. It was weird. You know, you shoot bubbles, and then, you know, if it gets a coin, it'll bring, like, you get the coin to come to you, or you could put enemies in a bubble, or you can shoot a bubble and jump off the bubble as an extra jump. Like, it was cool. It was okay. You know, I liked it. And we got another power up, the drill power up. You know, where he puts a drill on his head, and then he could drill in the ground, you know, and pop out, you know, like on some Sand Shrew or Kirby with the drill power, you know, or he can drill up into the ceiling as well with the drill power. That was really cool. I enjoyed that, you know. So my son really loved the drill power. Like, that was like his favorite one. He loved drilling into the ground and popping up on people, drilling it. Like, he was just going in and out of the ground. Like, he loved it, or into the ceiling. Like, he thought it was the coolest thing ever. So my son enjoyed it. I'm cool. My son, he loved the bubble power. Hey, as long as my son is excited, he loves it, I love it. We cool. We cooling. We chilling. You feel me? Elephant was dope. So yeah, me, I didn't really get to use any of the power-ups. Not, you know, most of the time, not at all. You know, maybe sometimes if I picked a regular character, but in this game, you have like 10 different characters you get to choose from, and I think that's super amazing. All right, you get to choose from Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Toad, Yoshi, and, you know, the little Nabbit guy. And then the Yoshis and Toads are like different colors. But either way, that's a lot of people, and that's really cool, you know. And like I said, I picked the little Nabbit guy the entire time, like just about, you know. Unless I tried the you know, the regular characters, so I could try out the power-ups. It was cool, but I was dying everywhere, and, you know, my eyes are bad, so I can't see that good. So I actually love that they have the Yoshis and the Nabbits in here, because they can't really die by hits or attacks. You know, only if you you fall off the stage in lava, or like in a pit. You know, then you're dead. You know, but I love that the Nabbit can just take hits, and that's good for people that can't see, or some people with, you know, disabilities, or you know, children. You know what I'm saying? And my son's so good, he didn't even need the Nabbit. Like, he was chilling. He was picking Luigi. He was picking Mario. You know, he was picking Toad. Like, he was chilling. He didn't need the Nabbit. He didn't need the Yoshis. He picked Yoshi sometimes because he just liked Yoshi, and because I wouldn't get off the Nabbit, so I wouldn't give it to him. So I nabbed Nabbit, and it is what it is. But it makes it easier for me, because this game, honestly, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, it could be hard. It could really be hard. It's very challenging now. You know, and even the levels, they show a difficulty from like 1 to 5 stars. And I think that's really cool to tell people, like, oh, what to prepare for. Like, yo, 5 stars, this one's going to be hard. Don't go in here thinking you're going to be a little walk in the park. You know, that's when you probably want to pick Nabbit. You know, and I'm glad I had Nabbit because I wouldn't have survived into these levels because some of these levels were hard. And they had enemies and stuff shooting at you and falling and coming out and popping up and grabbing you. It was a lot. I'm like, bruh, if I didn't have Nabbit, I would have been got hit by one of these things and just died. I would have never made it through the stages. So I love the fact that they made the levels and stages like now, they made them challenging for people that want to challenge, and then people that if they don't really want to die that much or have too much of a challenge, go pick a Yoshi or go pick Nabbit. You know what I mean? The levels will still do whatever they do, but it won't really affect you as much unless you fall in lava or you fall in a pit. Don't do that, and then you'll be good. So just make sure you're jumping and platforming abilities is, you know, key, on point. Because you guys sometimes gotta run and you really gotta go and bounce and jump off these things. Especially when you catch a Wonder Flower. Like, things can get really crazy. But, yeah. And then also, this game, it has badges, alright? A lot of different badges that give you certain type of abilities or things you can do or helps you. You know, there's even a badge that is like a little locator, helps you find like the little big purple coin thing, flower coins, or it'll like like a little sensor, like a little sonar sensor that tells you when you're close to one, or if you're close to a Wonder Flower. You know, so you can get the Wonder Flower, go through the whole wonderful craziness, and then get a Wonder Seed, a little seed, and that you get in the middle of the stage, and you automatically get a Wonder Seed at the end of the stages. You know, when you beat the stage, you rightfully so, you get a little guy pops out of the little Wonder House. He pops out and gives it to you like, hey, here's a Wonder Seed for beating this crazy level that you just went through. Hopefully you got the first one from the Wonder Flower. You didn't? Go try again. But yeah, the little guy pops out of the house, and then so that's what he does. He gives it to you. But like I said, in every single world in this game, they're all good, beautiful, colorful, just fantastic. It's exciting, creative, all of them, and I love it. Even the enemies, they're real fun and exciting. They're new. There's some enemies that pop them off really big and they try to eat you like while they're walking to you. And there's a lot of stuff. Okay, so yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is wonderful. All right, one thing and another thing that I did not like though. Okay, the boss battles in here, they're kind of trash. All right, not the ones where you fight against Bowser Jr., but there's like other boss battles that aren't even like a boss battle. You get to a castle or a whatever, you know it is. You get to it, and when you beat it, the level is awesome. But then when you get to the end, you think it's gonna be like this amazing boss, and it's just like this Bowser mouth robot thing, and it's just shooting stuff. And then you just gotta get to it and hit it, and then that's it. So if you got a Nabbit, if he's shooting stuff, I just walk right through it, and then I just jump on top of his head, and then you know it's like, well, that's it. That boss is done. I didn't like that. Make the boss battles better next time, please, God. All right, please. That I did not like. That was way too easy. It was a letdown when you got to the end. You know, we just did this phenomenal level, and then this boss is just. I felt like I was fighting just a little. I felt like I just fought a regular little, you know, Bowser little minion. Like that was it. I was like, okay. I've fought Goombas harder than this. It's crazy. I've died to a Goomba before. It's not good. But besides that, when you actually get to the Bowser Jr. boss battles, those are really good, okay? Because he's using like the wonder powers and stuff and fighting you and making this level and stage do a whole bunch of crazy things as you're fighting him. That's really cool, okay? And speaking of that, it's the same thing with Bowser, because Bowser, I forget what he did, but in the beginning of the game, I think he took like the wonder powers, or I think he ate a wonder seed, a big old wonder flower seed thing or something. I forget. But he turned into a big, black, dark, evil, floating ship in the sky of a Bowser face on it, and yeah. And then you gotta like fight. You go inside of him later at the end, and then you go and you fight some. There's stages in there, also levels that he's not going to just let you go straight to him. There's some levels in there you gotta beat first. Boom, boom, boom. That's cool. Then you get to him. You gotta beat his level. Get to him. When you get to him, the boss battle is actually really fun, extremely fun. Me and my son had a lot of fun fighting him. Like it was really cool, and it was funny because when you go to fight this now Wonder Bowser, and he's all dark and gloomy, and he's all dark. He looks like Fury Bowser from, you know, Super Mario 3D World / Bowser's Fury. He looks like Fury Bowser. So that was kind of cool. I think they did it on purpose. But how you fight him and how he looks and how he's fighting you, it's just like his head and his two hands. So I was like, it's like a Bowser, like an Andross Bowser. Like Andross, the bad guy from Star Fox, the big head with the two hands and whatever. Okay, that's how Bowser was. He was like Andross, so just a big old head and two hands. And then when he got harder and harder, he would bring out more hands. It was crazy. It was weird. It was crazy. You had to follow the beat of the music to jump higher off the. It was really fun. it was fun. I love the final boss battle. Me and my son were going crazy and just enjoying ourselves. It was very enjoying. Like, we loved it. I can't wait for part 2. So, yes. So at first, I wasn't too excited, but I got into the game, and then towards the end, I loved it. I really did. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I touched on everything important, and what I feel like, or whatever I can remember, but it's a lot. But I feel like if you haven't given it a try yet, go try it. It's actually really, really fun. All right, just go into it with an open mind, and then you'll be straight. All right, but yeah, I don't know. If I had to rate the game, I'd give it a 10. I'd give it a 10 because I had a lot of fun with my son, like a lot. So I don't mind giving it a 10. I'm pretty much like that. If I enjoy a game, and I feel like to me it deserves a 10, I'm gonna give it to it. But you know, there you go. That's pretty much all I have, guys. You know, yeah, you put it. You know, let me know how you guys felt about Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Have you played it? Have you not? Are you gonna go play it now? Let me know. Put in the comments. Talk to your boy, and let's chitty chat. But yeah, there you go, guys. Game Aim Plus. Please subscribe. Click that little bell button. That way, every time I upload a new video, it'll pop up on your phone. Like, you feel me, dog? You feel me? But yeah, y'all have a great morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And I'll catch you in the next one. Booyah! Woo!